So I'm working on trying to remove and replace my coolant temperature sensor. So you're gonna have to remove some components before you can get to it. So I've already removed my battery. This is on a 2009 Hyundai Accent. Removed the battery. Next I'm gonna be removing the air filter because I'm pretty sure from the diagrams that my sensor is back in there. So to remove this, I mean, you probably already should know how to do that, but you're gonna um, unscrew this with the Phillips, and then you've got some 10mm bolts down there.
Okay, really quickly, the tools that you're going to need to do this job. You're going to need a Phillips screwdriver to take off the intake from the air filter compartment. You're going to need socket extensions like these that fit into your. This is basic. If you already work on cars, you don't need me to blab about this, but you're gonna need socket extensions of some varying lengths. They fit. If I used an adapter between this one and the socket, but so they fit on there and extend the reach of your sockets. You're going to also you're going to need a short one probably and a longer one like this, like a I forget what this one is. You're probably going to need a 6-inch one and one that's bigger than one that's smaller, like 3-inch, or whatever they make. You're going to need a breaker bar or something to put a lot of pressure so that you can remove the bolt of the sensor. You're going to want a universal socket adapter like that so you can swivel. Most importantly, you're going to want a 3/4 or 19mm. Those are the same thing. 3/4 or 19mm deep socket. It needs to be a deep socket so that it can go over. See, you can see about how big it is there. It can go over the plastic part on the sensor. You're gonna need pliers. You're gonna need a manual torque wrench like this, $20 at AutoZone. I keep mine in the case. Then you need that for any repairs. But I think the torque is 30 foot-pounds, but I'm gonna put that in the notes. You also will need a little hooked tool. So you can kind of see I'm at an upholstery shop, my friend's shop, and he had a little hooked tool. You'll see in the video that I used to get the plastic connector off of the sensor. Okay, so those are the tools you're going to need. Great. Back to the video.
But I got it off. It's still connected there, but that's not a big deal. Hopefully. Alright, on to the next stage. Whoever said Hyundai Accents and Hyundais in general weren't easy to work on? Look how easy they made it to get to the coolant temperature sensor. So here we are, in front of our engine. Yeah, I think you probably know where you are if you're familiar at all with the engine, but there's your coils. I have stuff stacked on top of them. This is where our air filter was. We've taken it up, took out the battery. So I'm going to show you where the filter is right now. So when you come down by where the battery was, so down by where the battery was, there, down where let me turn the light on. Ah, where's my flashlight? Okay. Battery was there, air filter was there, I'm holding it right now. So going down where it was, then if you turn, alright, you should be able to see it. It's right there, that yellowy gold looking bolt right there with the connector sticking out of it. I'm gonna see if I can touch it with my hand to show you. So, right there. Right there. Yeah, so you have to remove the battery and the air filter, and you've got no space to work once you do that, so I don't know how I'm going to fix this thing. So there you have it. In the middle of the coolant temperature sensor replacement. So you can see I've got the battery out. I've got my air filter compartment strapped up with a bungee cord here to keep it out of my way. Got my light down on where the thing's at. And so if you can look in here, yeah, so we just went down where the air compartment was, and the location again of this thing is right here, this yellowish looking thing that I'm hitting right now. It's got a wire connector. The wire connector is a pain in the butt to get off of there, but I've got it off now, so it's right there, and it connects onto this part. Now, hopefully I'm going to be able to show it to you here. I think I am. Yeah. So here's the connector piece that I took off, the wiring. It's got where there's that little hole there right above my thumb. It's got a piece that instead of pressing down, you've got to lift it up. I don't understand the design here. I think basically you have to push hard on the back of it. That's where I was messing up. You have to push hard on the back right here where my thumb is now. Push hard on that and it'll lift it up off of the hook. This hook that's there. I wasn't able to get it to do it that way. So, and you might not be able to either. So what I used was a little tool like this. I don't know where you're gonna get it because I had this from our upholstery shop. But a little tool like this with a hook, and I just pulled the loop that was over the hook of that thing off of there. So you're gonna have to work on it to get it out there. It's a pain. It's definitely a pain. Now I'm gonna get my my socket over this and try and take it out. There's not a whole lot of space to work because you've got a tube here, a tube here, and a tube there that are all basically in your way. So what I'm doing in my case, I'm gonna go underneath. This is my plan anyway. Underneath, and then attach on to there. Alright, so being the genius that I am, I've got this socket that's kind of too, it was too small for the piece to fit in 100%. So let's see. That's our coolant temp switch. It needs to go over top of the black part. So what I did on the old one, off of the old one, I ripped off this piece. I actually used a Sawzall at first to cut some. You probably don't need to do that, but then I just used some long needle nose pliers and really long needle nose pliers and yanked it off of there. Since I figured that this one's bad anyway, so I didn't mind ripping it off so that I could get the socket over it. You want to just get deep sockets which is what I should have done, but I forgot to before doing this